It's the cops. Huh. Never tried this before. It's just an experiment. It could fail. I don't know. Welcome back, friends. We're off to do a stealth car camp. We're sneaking into a campground. It's an active campground right at the moment. I've been here before. I did a stealth camp here in one of the creepy cabins during the winter time. I hated the cabin, so we're going to do a car camp. All right, we're going to do a car camp. We're going to see if we can get the vehicle up into the camp. We're going to try and hide behind one of these little cabins and have ourselves a sneaky little stealth camp.
Let them roam. I'll feel my peace inside my zone.
No harm, no foul, and obviously leave no trace. Somebody could walk by, and I'm not too worried about like a dog walker or anything like that. I'm not, they're not going to know that I'm not supposed to be there. Got a couple of cool pieces of kit to show you. There's something strange I'm going to try on the vehicle, so I'll show you that as well. It's just all about getting out, having some fun, spending some time in nature, and blah blah blah, right? Let's see when we get there. Sorry about the glare on the windshield. You're just on a mount underneath my rear view mirror on the car. Whoa, truck. Whoops. Here we go. Actually, that Jeep that just went by, that's one of the caretakers of the camp. I happen to know that. But, alright, so timing is everything. Okay. Let's slow our asses down. I can see there are a couple of cars in the parking lot, but they might be out in the woods taking a walk. I don't see anybody by the main house. Alright, I think this is the turn. Alright, take a turn. Here we go. Right up into the camp. We're not even. Alright, here we go. As you can see, all these. Oh, shit. All these cabins right here. Alright, I gotta turn my truck around because I want to back it in. And I want to hide the truck between these two cabins right here. Let me turn this around. Oh, shit. And then I have to position the truck in a way that you won't be able to see me from the parking lot. So, oh boy. I mean, look at all these cabins. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right, so what I'm trying to do is back it in. I might have to get out and check. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on a second. I might have to get out and check to see what's behind me. I gotta kind of arc it around to the right. There's nobody in the parking lot ahead of me right now. All right, so I think I gotta turn the wheel. Oh, really close to this building. Oh, there's a tree right there. Turn. Trees or stumps. The backup camera's not showing me that. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. Okay. All right. I just gotta cut the wheel to the right. And we're gonna park in front of this cabin right here. I don't even know if I'm really level. I'll figure all that out in a minute. I'll bring you back in a second, guys. So as you can see, this is where my truck is, right there. I'm right in front of like that locked chalet. The last time I camped in one of these creepy cabins, I don't even know what cabin I was in. I think it was in this one. See right here, if I peek around the corner, hold on. If I peek around the corner right there, and I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer. up through there, you'll be able to see the road. So now I want to turn around and see if you can see my vehicle, which is right there. So if I lean back a little bit like this, you won't be able to tell, or nobody would be able to tell that I was here. You'd actually have to be up into this campground to know that I was tucked behind a truck, behind a building right there. There's a straight shot right up here. And you can see the road. So if anybody's parked like right up there, you have a straight shot to see any vehicles in the campground. And I'll show you some of these cabins later. I'm just gonna sit and chill for a second and kind of get things ready. I think this is the cabin I was in during the season when it was closed. Like, look at these. They're just open and unlocked. Yeah, I had stashed the beds, I think, all up against the corner. So this is the cabin that I stayed in when I was here. Cabin 8. And I'm right here. I'm not into camping so much in a cabin, or at least not these cabins. There's nothing maybe wrong with them. They're, they're pretty rustic cabins. You just basically saw what they look like, but I just don't like them. I feel too trapped, and they lock from the outside and the inside. So someone could literally come up on the outside and lock you in, and then it's just a shit show after that. So anyway, I'm gonna just get a chair out, and I'll show you my sleeping arrangements and all that. I'm going to stop calling it my sleep system a sleep system, because it's not a system. All right, it's just what I'm bringing out and what works for me. So that sleep system is being eradicated from the channel. Okay, so I'll bring it back in a moment. So there's a couple of things I want to show you that I'm gonna try, and paranoia, self-destroyer. But yeah, so I'm a little paranoid. But there's a couple things I want to try. I brought a I brought a hammock bug net. Okay, I brought a hammock bug net, and I'm gonna try and like magnet it over the back end of this, the back end of the tailgate. So I'm going to try that. I do have a couple of things I want to use. I have a window screen, and I do have a sunroof that I want to try and use my magnet on the top, and it has a screen also to get some airflow. Probably not going to have a fire since we are on a stealth camp, and I do not want to draw attention to the fact that I have a vehicle stuffed up here behind a cabin. All right. Let me get out a chair and we'll chill and see what we can do as far as making this mosquito free. Trekology table, T-Sec chair. This chair just basically lives in my car. So let's get this set up over here. Yeah, it's kind of loud. You can hear all like the people at the pond. It's like down the street, across the street. There must be a lot of kids playing over there, so I don't think I have to worry too much about the noise. I don't really foresee too many problems unless somebody comes through there. I mean, this is kind of like a nice prime little location. Nobody camps here, I swear to God. Like, nobody ever comes here. It just blows my mind. I mean, a lot of people are down by the water, that's great, but I don't know. Blows my mind. This is the Trekology table. And when we cook some dinner, I am going to use that new cook set by Fire Maple that I just reviewed. I said I would bring it out on the next camp. Well, this is the next camp, and we're going to use it. I'm going to use it for dinner and for breakfast. I'm going to use the pans to boil and the fry pan in the morning. Shut that for now. I think the first thing I'm going to do is open the sunroof, and I picked this up on Amazon. I may have only used it once, but it's just basically a magnet with a screen, and when you have your sunroof open, this goes on the top, so it's like a screen. So we're going to put that on right now. Let me just open the sunroof and I'll show you what this is. So we're going to get up there and just drape this across the top of the roof. And yeah, see how this works tonight. I'm just standing on the inside of the little foot rail. So let me just... And then I'll show you what it looks like. Oh. Boom. Easy peasy. Look at that. All right, so as you can see, that's the top of the sunroof. And that's a nice screen, so no bugs will get in. Way cool. And this is what the top, whoops, let me just hang on and get up here. And that's what the top looks like right there. So that is pretty sweet. I could neaten it up a little more, but I mean, it's doing its job. It's letting ventilation get through. Sweet. During the night, I'm not going to leave my windows all the way down, obviously for safety and security. They'll be up with just a little bit of opening, but I also have this really cool fan I want to show you, and for ventilation, and I'll show you that later. But this is just one of those little window screens. We got a dog walker coming through. Hi, puppies. Hi, how you doing? Guy's not friendly at all, like not even friendly. You just heard me say hi. He just looked at me and went the other way. Look, there he goes. See him right there? Anyways, he's an older guy. Hopefully he doesn't say anything. Yeah, so, well, we've been spotted by our first dog walker. Yeah, they went that way. It is what it is. Let me put these on the windows. Yeah, so isn't this cool? Nice screen right there. So no bugs can get in, but you have ventilation. The screen on the top, and the other one I'm going to put in the other window. Ow. Right over there. So guys, thank you for joining me. I just got to camp. We just did the sunroof and the windows to, for the ventilation. People want to know what this is. This is a 2024 Mazda CX-5. The back folds completely flat in the back, and there's plenty of space, or at least there is for me. So I'm gonna get a cup of coffee on, just chill out for a few, let the nerves settle just a little bit. And it's only, why am I looking at, I don't have a watch. It's just about 3 o'clock. Okay, so it's about 3 o'clock, and yeah, bring you back for some coffee. So as you know, I reviewed the Fire Maple Cook Set, the Feast 4, and I'm not going to use every component out of it, but I am going to use a couple. I'm going to use the frying pan in the morning for breakfast. I'm going to use the 1.5 liter pot for dinner, and I'm going to use the tea kettle right now for a cup of coffee. The stove I'm using with it is the Fire Maple. What is everything I used like Fire Maple recently? But yeah, this is the Fire Maple Star X2 Pro. Only parts of it, not the big, huge, like jet boil type looking container. So I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to put this on as well. Ow. This is just a little pot support. Get that on there. Let's see if it works. I always do like a fire up first. I think a lot of people do that. Oh yeah. Okay, that's working. Thank you for joining me. Let's get our coffee on. Once I have this cup of coffee, I'll be able to relax a little bit more. I mean, I'm fairly relaxed, but that was really odd. I mean, I get it. You know, maybe he didn't really hear me, or maybe he did and he just wants to keep to himself. But I mean, we made eye contact. I said, "Hi, how are you?" And he just basically just kept on walking. You know, so. Have you ever encountered that? Like, just like, what do? You're just left hanging like, okay, have a good day. I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing. Whatever. People are strange. I don't care. And we're gonna get our first sip. Hope I made it good. Cheers, guys. Let me just come up and give you a proper cheers. Boom. Thank you for coming to camp on this stealth car camp inside of a campground that nobody knows I'm at. Yes. Now we're camping. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to sit and chill and sit in my paranoia for a little while and just kind of hang out and enjoy the surroundings. I'm really not that paranoid. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I have coffee, I have a soda, I have a little something to blaze, but you know, it's not going to be like, you know, that last time I was like out in the woods or anything like that. Plus, I could always lock myself and hide away in my truck. But the reason why I didn't bring any beer is because A, I'm driving, and B, I don't know if I'm going to get moved on. So if I get moved on and I'm drinking, that's just not a good combination. And that's another reason why I'm not going to have a fire. I think later on I probably could have got away with like a, maybe just like a little fire, but you know, I don't care, you know. I don't care, you know, we're not going to have a fire, and that's just how it's going to be. So yeah, cheers again. And I'll bring you back in a little bit. So before it starts getting on, you know, I figured I would use the Wise Owl bug net. It's for a hammock. You know, it's a hammock bug net, and try and devise like some sort of system to where it goes over the hatchback of the Mazda. So we'll see. I completely and 100% do not know what I'm doing. Okay, so. Never tried this before. It's just an experiment. It could fail. I don't know. So you just don't know till you try. I did bring a couple of magnets. Not sure if I need them, but we'll see. So it's kind of like that shape. Like, I don't know if I want to open it and hook it over. Like, what would you do? Or would you even do this? So maybe this actually could work. Let me just see something. So yeah, that's what I kind of put together. It may look semi-nice, but it's kind of rigged. And that's what I came up with. If you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. But then again, this is not meant to work. This is a bug net for an 11-foot hammock, okay? So I just kind of have it tucked right in there. That's what's going on up there. I have it clipped right there, and then again, all this is all plastic. So the magnets that I do have, they're not working anywhere. And yeah, see, like wise out. And then I have it right in the door. So obviously I can't open that door. I'm gonna have to get in this way on the inside. I mean, it does look kind of cool. So I think it does look kind of awesome. Let's see. Look at that. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So, I mean, I'm not going to use that all night. And as you can see, there's a big gaping hole, you know, for the bugs to get in and out of. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just practicing and thought it would work. So you always have to try something new. I mean, is it a complete fail? No. I mean, it's going to do what it's meant to do. I can chill out and lay down in there for a little while and enjoy the breeze. And, yeah, not have to worry about mosquitoes. I'll obviously have to fix that little corner down here. As you can see, there's like a little bit of a hole in there. So, but there's enough ventilation going on right now. And if it gets stuffy, I do have a fan in there, and I can just show you that. I mean, I'll just show you now. This thing is awesome. That's the back view. Let me see if I can shrink that down just a little bit. That's the back view. This is upside down. As you can see, it's hanging off the tension rod that I keep in my truck at all times. You know, you can hang a curtain off there for privacy. You can hang your lights off of there if you want. This is also a light. It also oscillates, and if I don't want it down the middle, I can just slide it on down. Let me show you the other side. That's what the fan looks like in the front. And a real good piece of kit, you know, so can't wait to see how this performs. Oh, it also has a remote control too. That was the camping fan by Ogre. I'll leave any links down in the description for any of this stuff. You know, I don't care if you buy anything or not, right? I'm not trying to sell you on camping goods, you know, but I am trying to show you what is out there. And I'm happy that Ogre sent that to me so I can show it to you. I'm gonna chill. It's just a little after 4 o'clock. Maybe tweak the bug net or take it off. I'm not sure. So I'll show you my sleeping area. I almost said system. I'm not saying that anymore. But I'll show you what I got going on for my sleeping area in a little bit. Well, check this out. Look, it does work. I guess I'm not going to call this a complete fail. I mean, you know, with tweaking and everything, it could work. But for right now, I'm just going to rip it off. It's just something I wanted to try. And yeah, we tried it, and it possibly works. Give me your thoughts down below. What do you think? I don't know. Well, before I show you my sleeping arrangements, I just want to show you I already blacked out the window. My windows are pretty dark and tinted anyways. I'm going to put some Reflectix in all the windows. Maybe I'll leave like one of them open, you know, since I'll have that partially down. I know it doesn't translate well on film, but that's pretty much a black tint right there, as you can see. It's pretty dark. Pretty dark. It's dark. It's dark in here. It's dark. So I have the hot cocoa quilt in lieu of a sleeping bag. I'm just gonna put that over me. It's supposed to go down in the 50s. That'll be cozy enough. If, you know, I have another cozy type of a blanket right here. I have this little blanket type thing over the, I'm not sure the name of it, I'll put it on screen. It's an Antipa sleep mat, so I have that, and it's not the most level. It was kind of tilted this way a little, but I kind of straightened it out. Underneath I have the foam mat, and I have blankets like strategically placed under there to keep it all nice and level, and it's really comfortable. I was already in there just kind of checking it out and laying down. And military surplus pillow right there. That fan, if you can see, hold on, I'll bring you over. As you can see right here, it's upside down, but this whole white portion lights up, and that's a big like ring light type of a thing. Everything's upside down, sorry, but there's your power button. All right, let me do this. Let's just do this. So, all right, let me back it up again. So there's your power button. All right, and like you can put it on oscillate. Is it oscillating? It's not oscillating. I don't know if I hit the right button. Is it that one? Oh yeah, it's that one. See? All right, so check it out. Woo, windy. And that's just gonna, let me stop it from swinging. And that is oscillating. So even if, you know, I don't, even if I don't want this directly blowing on me, I could just slide this all the way down to the corner and angle the fan that way. It's obviously going to redirect with the air blowing back. So that is going to eliminate any condensation. Plus I have the screen right there, and I have the screen on the back windows. When I go to bed, I'm going to, you know, put the windows up obviously and lock it down. Whoa, check that out. That's powerful. Alright, so I figured I'd show you around just a little bit before I get dinner going. There's the truck. It's getting past 5 o'clock. I don't really see anybody in the parking lot way out there. So that's good. Look at all these creepy cabins. It's just like, wow. What the heck is this? Lake Frederick Recreation Area, West Point, New York. Okay. This is not New York. See, they have these locks on the outside, so if I was inside, anybody could just come by, slap a padlock on there or anything like that. I just don't trust it, you know? I don't really like these cabins. Yeah, they pretty much all look the same, you know? So, I'm all set. All set. So the reason why I tucked behind the cabin, so you'd never know anybody was there. If there's any reflection off like my headlights or anything like that, if somebody was up there, even if they were just turning around or driving up and then coming down the road over there, you will see, you know how you see like the reflection? And now you can't see me at all. You see me through the window of that cabin. That's all right. Nice window system. It's just like a tarp. But look at this. I mean, nobody's shut these windows. It looks like in years. You know, to me, this is like the stuff horror movies are made out of. Well, I guess I'll try and get some dinner going. What I'm going to do is, well, I have some easy Uncle Ben's original ready rice in a chili garlic flavor. I'm going to reconstitute some of these Jack Link jerky. This is a beef jerky, kind of like a teriyaki flavor. So we're gonna mix that in with the rice and hope all goes well. This could be a disaster. We're just gonna try it out. So how I think I'm gonna do this, I think I'm gonna add this in here first with just like a little bit of water and then add the rice. What do you think? And of course I'm gonna properly dispose of my trash. Oxygen absorber. Let's break this up a little bit. Some big old chunks. It's gotten a lot quieter. I think a lot of people left the water over there. Just been kind of chilling. Maybe someone out on the street, I don't know. I think it's somebody across the way, but we're gonna be quiet anyway. So I'm gonna continue breaking this up, and then I'm gonna add in the rice, and I'll bring you back in a moment. Yeah, so I broke up the beef jerky right there, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water to reconstitute that. I'm gonna put it on the flame, and then once it like heats up, I'm gonna take it off and just kind of let it sit in the warm water, and then add the rice and hope we get something that constitutes as edible. This is plastic, so I would suggest if you have this set, use plastic cookware. Get that all coated in the water. Wow, that was loud. Damn. That stove is loud. I don't even know if I can use it right now. I hear people. Yeah, there might be people coming up this trail, so I'm gonna go sit down. Meanwhile, I have a truck stuffed up here behind a cabin. You would think there would be like less people out the later it got. It's just a little after 6 o'clock, and I can hear people like walking down there. There's still people across over there. So I'm just gonna hang out over here. I'm gonna hold off on cooking, so
And it's up to me to fill this space. Let them live, let them roam. I'll build my peace inside my zone. Their freedom's theirs, mine's my own. But the line's strong where respect is shown. Can't put this on the world, can't put this on you.
squish this up, and just get this into the pan. Yeah, it's now or never with this meal, you know? Looks pretty good. All right, let's get this on the heat. Oh, God, it's gonna be so loud. Hope you can see that. I don't know like what angle, but yeah. So let's try it out. Bon appetit. I was gonna put it on a plate, but might as well just eat it right out of the pan. Some people say savage, whatever. Oh, there's a little bug. I'm gonna bring the thermosol a little closer and just change like the little pad on it, so I haven't gotten bit by any mosquitoes, so that's good. The meat reconstituted and it tastes really good. There's a really good flavor to it. It tastes like the teriyaki beef that you might get like like Chinese food or something. And the rice is really pretty good. Hold on. It's not great. This isn't really a great combination, although it's not bad, but it's not great. But I'm gonna eat it because I'm starving. So, yeah. Bon appetit. Well, it's about 7:30. The sun is just starting to make its way down. In about a half an hour, it's going to be pitch black in here. So I figured we'd take a little walk over to the bathroom and see if that's open. Check out what it looks like inside. I'm just looking around, kind of checking to see if there's like cars over there. I can't tell. So let's go to the bathroom and see what that looks like. Oh, there's a car. Oh, I think it's the cops. It's the cops. It's the cops. Yeah. There they are. Now, if the cop turns around and he comes back and he looks up that way and I didn't move my car behind the cabin, then he would have saw me. I'm trying to see where he went. Oh shit, there he goes. Yep, there he goes. Alright, so well, so as you see, the place is patrolled. I picked the perfect time to go and see if this bathroom is open, right? I don't think he saw me. Alright, let's see if these bathrooms are open. No. They're not open. I'm gonna go back to the truck behind this way. Well, I guess it's digging a hole behind a tree somewhere and doing what you gotta do. So I just figured I'd show you this view up here. If you remember me camping here a while back, then you might remember it, but it is pretty impressive. So I'll see you when I get down there. This is beautiful. You have this big area bog system, which is not in use anymore. And around it, you have all kinds of woods and trails. And out there is part of the Bay Circuit Trail. And it runs, God, I can't think of how many miles, but a lot of miles through a bunch of towns. So, you can check it out. Look at those colors. Absolutely stunning. somebody way out there in a blue shirt. Right there. Maybe they have a dog or something, I don't know. But yeah, gorgeous, right? I think somebody was looking up here when I was like filming over there. Hopefully they're not going to come up here and walk through here. Glad that the cops don't actually drive up into the wooded area where the cabins are. They just kind of patrol the street and make sure there's no cars out in the parking lot that aren't supposed to be there, you know, because there's no parking here overnight. So I'm not far from the car, as you can see right there. It's funny that you can see the lights on in the bathroom, but they are locked. If they knew I was here camping, or if they knew somebody was, you know, maybe in these cabins or, you know, something like that, they would have probably, you know, had it unlocked, but nope. Just chilling here, just sitting. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker. It's to the point where it's not quite dark enough to put a light on, but it's not quite light enough to see like through the forest either, you know. So I'm just gonna sit and chill. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming on this one, and I'm gonna bring you back at bedtime and stick around to the morning. We'll cook up some good food, have a cup of coffee, and do a little chit chat. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how comfortable this is. I tested it out earlier and it was pretty good, but I'll bring you back at bedtime. Oh my God, good morning, guys. As opposed to good night. There was no good night. I came into bed, and before I was going to say good night, I just kind of laid down. And that was it. And that was it, you know. And I kept thinking, yeah, I should, let me get up and say goodnight. And that didn't happen. Oh, pardon the light. Yeah, it's about 5:30, 5:40 in the morning. So I'm going to get up, do what I got to do. Hello. Oh my God. Good morning. And, yeah, let me get up. I will talk to you in a moment. Wow.
Oh, my story, my failures, my mess. But no man's freedom cuts through my skin. We all rise or fall where it begins. I'll keep on moving step by step, living my life with no regrets. One man's world ends where another starts. We're all just finding our way in the dark.
Good morning and cheers. Whoa, that's hot. Hot, hot. Good morning, plane. How did I sleep? Pretty well. Pretty well. The breeze coming through. I didn't even use the fan. It was just a perfect night. And as you can see by the sweatshirt, just a little crisp. It's probably in the 50s right now, but it is nice. So I'm gonna get this coffee into my bloodstream as needed. And I'll bring you back for breakfast. Whether I cook it here, whether I cook at home, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see what happens. So guys, I'll bring you back in a moment. Good morning. I was just about ready to make breakfast, and just had a dog walker come through here, say good morning. So people are starting to come through here. It's a little after 6 o'clock in the morning, and the employees get here in an hour. So instead of being able to chill out, hurry, and get through this breakfast, I'm going to cook this breakfast at home. And the only reason why I'm like so focused on let me cook this breakfast is because I wanted to use the fire maple pan. So I am going to use the fire maple pan. I am going to cook that intended breakfast that I meant to cook here at camp. So yeah, I'm going to chill out, have this coffee, and then join me at home and we will make that breakfast, you know. So this has been an awesome camp. I slept really well. The sleep mat didn't go down at all. It stayed inflated all through the night, which is good. And that's a sleep mat by Tipa. I think it's like a R value of like 7 or 9 or some crazy thing. It's a little overkill for this weather, but it's comfy, and it's the sleep pad that I just leave in my car. It's something that always stays in my car, so if there's a car camping situation, I'm ready to go. And one of these days I'll do a video on everything I absolutely keep in my car. Someone had actually mentioned that I should do that, so sorry, there's like little bugs flying around. I do have the thermosol going. It is smoking. It's working overtime. So guys, let me just sit here and enjoy my coffee. And yeah, this beautiful sunshine. Look at that. It's going to be a great day. So see you in a few. Oh, good morning again. Just shielding the sun. Still got my coffee, and I'm going to travel home with it. So all right, let's see if we can get out of here. Okay, let's go. Let me turn this around so you can see the road. So we're coming around the building right here. And now is where we'd be seen from the parking area. Let's see if any of the employees are here yet. It's 6:40. Oh boy, it's not so smooth as it looks driving out of here. Yeah, I guess I'll go this way. Oh shit. Alright, no one's here yet. They would be parked right there, so no one's here yet. Let's get out of here. And I'll show you where all the noise was coming from. I'm just gonna put this camera, move it to the right a little bit. Sorry. But I was up in the campsite to the left, and this is this area that you were hearing all the screaming kids. That parking area right there. Right there. Bacon and eggs coming soon. Okay, well, here we are.
Let them roam. I'll build my peace inside my zone. Their freedom's theirs, mine's my own. But the line's strong where respect is shown. Can't put this on the world, can't put this on you. It's my own storm, I've got to see through. Dancing to the beat of lessons I learned.
Bon appetit. This was my breakfast that I was going This is the breakfast that I was going to cook at camp. Hi, Libby. You could probably see my cat in the corner. I wanted to get out of there before any of the employees came and questioned why I was coming out of there in my truck, because we were sneaking in. We were sneaking into the campground. So I appreciate you joining me on my little stealth camping in on the campground. I'm happy to be having this breakfast because dinner sucked. It sucked. It really did. I mean, I can try and sugarcoat it all I want, but it sucked. The meat tastes good, and the rice, I wasn't really a fan of that flavor. I thought it was going to be, it wasn't good. It wasn't. So guys, appreciate you joining me, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you, and I appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your week.
We all rise or fall where
Mm.
it begins.